Welcome to another episode of Smash Writing. I am your host today, Paul, and today we are talking about, reviewing the number one film at the box office worldwide, opening at worldwide numbers as it just came in, just looking at them right before I posted this video to make sure I know, got my notepad, make sure all the stats are right that we're going to be talking about for the next couple of minutes, but managed to make $141 million in its opening weekend. Obviously, that is worldwide. Domestic for North America's box office and international, the numbers are pretty much split even, which means fans are from all around the world is loving this movie, and that means it's going to be successful. Now, this is the follow-up, of course, from the first film that came out in 2020, which honestly, no joke, was the movie, our last movie here at Smash Writing before the pandemic happened. So, you know, it feels like this was the beginning and then the end. Here we are. But let's get right into it. Now, if you have not watched this film on, if you're living on the rock or busy, whatever, please watch this video another time, or if you want to hear a review about it and get an idea, then continue to watch. Either way, spoilers are ahead. Okay, let's jump right into it. This film was... There's not too many video game films that go beyond two that are very, very good and stay very, very good. So Sonic now has that potential because we do know that a third film in a Knuckles series, which will be on Paramount Plus, has been confirmed. So we know that right there. Now, let's start off with talking about, amazingly, that this film had the same budget as the first film, about $90 million roughly. The first film was between 85 and 90. Second film, now it's 90. So honestly, the budget did not change, and it didn't need to. It brought back all of its cast. All the original cast from the first film. The one thing we praised the film doing was the way they introduced Tails. Tails, is a popular character of the Sonic franchise. Is a one of the main characters in the Sonic franchise, and they gave you a cameo to introduce him in the next film. Now, the film picks up Sonic is still trying to become a hero, as he likes to call himself, Blue Justice. And once again, he is trying to save the day. He's trying to do the right thing, but he's careless at doing it. It's almost like a cockiness to him that he can, with his speed, he can go so fast and take care of everything he wants. But then we also see where Dr. Robotnik has been. We know he was on the Mushroom Planet because Sonic sent him there. Well, once again, proving that he is smart, he learned to survive and caught on to everything about this planet, all the cultures that were coming and going and back and forth. This is where he actually meets Knuckles, because Knuckles' tribe arrives on the Mushroom Planet, and he basically wins the battle and meets Knuckles, and they teleport to Earth. Sonic, living with his family still, played by James Marsh, and I forgot her name, but they're going to Hawaii, just the two of them, and they leave Sonic alone because they're going to her sister's wedding. And they leave Sonic alone. Instantly, Sonic gets right in the shenanigans, messing up the house, jumping around, doing all that goofy stuff. And when it was time for the check-in phone call, he was fast enough to clean up everything, minus the dog running around with soap on its back. Okay. So then, Dr. Robotic arrives at the house. And, of course, Sonic's being Sonic, doesn't know what's up. His little cocky self, and he basically, they start to do a little battle, but then Robotnik reveals that there's somebody else, his new BFF, basically, and that is Knuckles. Instantly, it's basically Knuckles' strength versus Sonic's speed. And, of course, Knuckles gets the upper hand, and just when all hope is lost, boom, Tails comes in, saves Sonic from basically getting his butt kicked. Through the process, they learn that Knuckles wants the Emerald, and the Emerald is supposedly here. The Master Emerald is here on Earth, and Knuckles wants it. Dr. Robotnik learns this too, and goes, "Well, I want it now too. We can work together and get it and split whatever we need to do, because Dr. Robotnik wants the ultimate power that the Emerald can give you." Okay, boom. So we are going. So the race is on, and they go back and forth. They travel from spot to spot. They still, round 2 Knuckles and Sonic's in Siberia during the winter months. Once again, Knuckles has proven that he can hold his own. Sonic is still trying to figure stuff out. Okay, so then the process eventually now becomes that through all the shenanigans, through all the following the maps and everything else like that, Sonic learns his destiny is to protect the Emerald, while Knuckles knows that his destiny is to honestly get the Emerald too. But Knuckles is not perceived as evil because it's his guardian to still protect that as well. They just have 2 different minds of how they do it, where Dr. Robotnik in this one knows that he just wants that for its ultimate power. And so, the final battle begins now where the Emerald was hidden at. And Dr. Robotnik, through turning on Knuckles, and Knuckles learning that, he needs friends, and Sonic is honestly looking out for him, even though Knuckles was, being mean to him all this time, they develop a bond. And then Knuckles, and Tails goes to take on Dr. Robotnik, who now operates the big, gigantic egg machine, the Dr. Robotic Transformer craziness. They managed as a team to pry it's absorbed into Dr. Robotnik, and Knuckles uses his strength to basically punch it out of him. But Dr. Robotnik, being smart, creates another, has a backup source to operate his robot. That's where Sonic, as he's trying to save his family, absorbs it as well and becomes supersonic, basically. And they defeat and save the day. It's then Tails, as being almost the voice of reason, basically tells tells Knuckles and Sonic that there is no evil when it comes to protecting this. There's just 2 different tribes that were just trying to protect it. They can make their own tribe, their own covenant to protect this. They agreed. And Knuckles is to proceed to be living with Tails, Sonic. Well, Tails and Knuckles is perceived to be living with Sonic's family in their home, so it's just a continued little growing family. Robotnik is defeated, but they can't locate his body, at least his whereabouts as of right now. So obviously he escaped to continue on being the villain in the 3rd film. Once again, the way they introduced the next villain, which is another character favorite, and it is, spoiler alert, Shadow. They keep it as a mid-credit scene. Now, don't get me wrong, I love post-credit scenes, but they're just too damn long to wait to get to. Mid-credit scenes is probably where they need to start being at. That's my personal opinion. Here we know that the next person up is Shadow. And that's where the film ends. Sucks that we have to wait probably like another 2 years for this to happen, but nevertheless, that's how the film ends. Obviously, I didn't put all the details in because you gotta watch the movie, baby. You gotta watch the movie. But let's get to the reviewing, the breakdown points that I did enjoy. I said at the beginning of this video that not too many video game movies are in this trend. Now, me and Justin was texting about it. He only named off, basically, hey, Resident Evil 2 was a good follow-up to Resident Evil 1. And, like Mortal Kombat franchise was strong, but then the second one killed it. And, now both of those are rebooted. And like he was even talking about Silent Hill. And it's so hard to get back-to-back great movies in a video game adaptation. This movie gave, as they did in the first film, they gave you like the game levels. They used the coins the right way. They used the emerald the way it was supposed to. The cast was on point. It's so tough to do with computer animated CGI type of stuff, and they still managed to hold their own. The comedy, the humans played a role, but they didn't need to be the major focus point. Basically, they were obviously gap fillers, but they filled the gaps correctly. They didn't go overboard and nothing like that. Because at the end of the day, we knew Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Robotnik were the the main characters of this movie. Obviously, one only being live action, that is Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Their transition from the first film to the second film to how they're going to take on Dr. Robotnik. Obviously, everybody wants to see him be the fat man, and I think they're transitioning correctly to that. They're saving his iconic look for the end, or he was a young guy, now he's bald, and then his next look in the next film will probably be more of the heavyweight. Maybe he goes into depression and stuff like that. So with everything on point, I have to give this film an A+, a 95%. I mean, this is almost borderline perfect to me. Maybe could they have gave us a little bit more Knuckle and Sonic background, the fight, a little bit more of them, add a little bit more music to make it more interesting. Sure, but I think that 5% that I'm not giving 100%, doesn't stop this from being a great film. So overall, I'm giving it 95%, and I hope it tops the first film. The first film made $319 million total. Now, obviously, that was at the beginning of the pandemic, so it probably could have gained more. This one has made $141 million so far. There's no reason for me to believe that, by weekend 3, this could be a $400, maybe $500 million film in the next couple of weeks. But we shall see. However, like I said, at the end of the day, great film. The laughs were there. The action was there. The callbacks, the Easter eggs, the next villains, all of that fun stuff. Great thing to have. Heck, I'm looking forward to the Knuckles series. I'm looking forward to part 3 in probably 2024. Sucks that we gotta wait that long. But if they can get to the third film and make the third film and continue the hard work they did on the first 2 films, this could be a iconic series at the end of its run if they still continue to go strong as they are. but 95% great movie, better than the first film, and that's hard to go by too. So until next time, bye bye.